Mounjaro Telehealth, 7 reasons why I changed my mind. Hi friends, I'm Elizabeth, Countess of Shopping. I've got my co-host, Mr. Freddy here. I have lost 79 pounds through Mounjaro weight loss and Zepbound weight loss over the last year. And I'm excited today to talk about 7 reasons why I changed my mind with Mounjaro Telehealth and Zepbound Telehealth. Link down in the description, link below is a free article on countessofshopping.com that also goes through the best telehealth company, in my humble opinion, that there is, in addition to a discount code. This video is sponsored today by Join Fridays. We'll talk about that more later, but let's go ahead and dive into my 7 tips. Tip number 1 is convenience of using a telehealth company for your Mounjaro prescription or Zepbound prescription or compound prescription. If you are looking to start Mounjaro or start Zepbound, and people will say, well, Elizabeth, what's the difference between Mounjaro and Zepbound? Well, Zepbound is approved by the FDA for chronic obesity management or chronic weight management, whereas Mounjaro is approved with FDA approval for type 2 diabetes, not type 1, type 2. So talking about telehealth, I had switched. I was with a primary care doctor. I switched to telehealth into my journey, several months into my journey and several months into my weight loss journey with Mounjaro. And the number one of why I love using telehealth company to get Mounjaro prescription, if you're eligible for a Mounjaro prescription, Zepbound prescription, but compounds. Compounds are available, and you're like, what's a compound? Compounds are available if a drug is on the FDA shortage list, which Mounjaro currently is. There is a big shortage going on, honey, and it's for multiple doses. And we've seen this, by the way, too, if you're a WEGOVY fan, which has FDA approval for chronic obesity management. It is the same thing as Ozempic, which you may have heard of a ton with Ozempic. Same thing, and so it's called semaglutide is the compound for WEGOVY, and that's the main active ingredient. And then tirzepatide is the compound of what you hear for Mounjaro or Zepbound. So convenience of being super easy is the number one thing of why I love telehealth, is that it's super simple. Like, I can sit in my pajamas, I can schedule when I want, I can go online, I don't have to call. With my primary, when I was getting Mounjaro with my primary care doctor, I had to call. I'm like, 1997 called Mr. Freddy. That's my co-host, Mr. Freddy. 1997 called, and they want their phones back. And so I kept having to call all the time to get my prescription refilled, and there was a massive delay in the chat that they had with my primary care doctor. And so tip number 1 is convenience and ease. If you are, literally 1 week, it took me 15 hours, I'm not kidding, because I added it up, 15 hours to get my prescription refilled through my primary care doctor and to get that sent to my pharmacy to pick up my Mounjaro prescription. And so having that convenience is the number 1 reason why I'm obsessed with telehealth medicine. Number 2, and I got my notes down here because I wanna make sure we're getting all the information of, if you're starting your Mounjaro journey, your Zepbound journey, your WEGOVY journey, or you want a compound, knowing these, I wish I had this video when I first started. Or if you are existing already on Mounjaro or Zepbound and you're like, gosh, I'm so tired of dealing with my primary care doctor. Number 2 is GLP-1 focused, not on cold and flu focused. At my primary care doctor, their obvious job was to help people with strep throat and sniffles and colds and flus and lions and tigers and bears. And with Join Fridays, that is the telehealth company I am obsessed with. I have worked with them for many, many months now. They've been amazing. I love them, and one of my reasons is that they are GLP-1 focused. They're GLP-1 medication focused. They're not focused in on all these other things like colds, flus, and all these other things. Mr. Freddy may see the FedEx guy, so he may freak out, but we're gonna keep rolling. He's gonna let us know. That's how I feel about my primary health care doctor. No, I'm just joking. But having on there that focus, and Join Fridays, there's a code listed down below. It's in all capital letters, QUEEN, QUEEN. You can get an extra discount off of your first month by using that. I love them because they were, and continue to be, a startup company where the owners care about weight loss management, type 2 diabetes, and they truly care about patients. It is evident in the customer service in which I have received, and thousands of other Countess of Shopping and Counts of Shopping members have said to me they've had great customer care and great patient care along with that. Tip number 3 of why I transitioned over and changed my mind about Mounjaro telehealth and Zepbound telehealth and moved away from my Mounjaro primary care doctor to get my Mounjaro prescription. Tip number 3 was doing video chats. With Join Fridays and with my telehealth company, I can do a video chat. I can be in my pajamas. me and my glasses, and I can have a video chat. It's easy to answer questions, and I think that's one of the things that I'm most excited about. Is he giving me the bottom? He's giving me the bottom. He's like, lady, you stopped giving me treats. I wonder if I put one out, if he'll come back. So I knew it. I knew I could fry them. These are coconut treats, by the way. They're from the Outer Banks. They're so good. Like, as a human, I'm like, oh, those are delicious. So having video chats, to me, being able to see, now the providers does, I've had different providers, which is amazing for my appointments, because there's tons of providers across the country, which is awesome, the healthcare providers. Doing a video chat, I can see them, they can see me, and I usually have a list of questions to ask at my appointment. I'm like, I've got 555,000 questions for you. So if you come with these questions, it's super simple. My most recent appointment, I had no questions. It actually didn't take very much time at all. We reviewed things. It was awesome and super, super helpful. Tip number 4 is insurance. Raise your hand if you've had issues with your Mounjaro insurance. Here, I'll move the camera so you guys can still continue to see Mr. Freddy. You guys care less about me and more about Mr. Freddy. With Join Fridays, they have insurance concierge. So if you're trying to get a PA prior approval with Zepbound or Mounjaro or with WEGOVY, they have an insurance concierge, part of Join Fridays. And if you're not approved for that, if your just insurance does not work, they do have compounds. To my knowledge, they're the only telehealth company that prescribes both name brands, meaning Mounjaro, WEGOVY, all that, Zepbound, and also compounds. We're gonna talk about compounds more here in a minute, but it's an awesome option to be able to have as you're trying to sort through this GLP-1 process if you're just starting your Mounjaro weight loss journey or your Zepbound weight loss journey or WEGOVY weight loss journey. Going back over, tip number 5, scheduling. The scheduling works really well. And I'm sure we're probably very similar of, I've got a lot of commitments. I'm a wife, I'm a mom, I'm a serial entrepreneur. My schedule is very enriched. Time is of the essence to me, so scheduling really matters. And so with Join Fridays, they have a ton of scheduling. They have providers across the nation, so there's appointments at various times of day in the morning, afternoon, and evening. So if you're West Coast, East Coast, and everywhere in between, they have great times, and it makes it really flexible and easy to be able to have an appointment, which I very much appreciate with that too. Next, tip number 6 is compound pharmacy with that. So I had touched on this. If you are not able to get your insurance to cover a Mounjaro prescription, or once you find out that you're eligible, of course, a Zepbound prescription, WEGOVY, etc., they have compounds and they're third-party tested. So the quality, obviously, that's important, and they're shipped out directly to you. You want to be mindful if you do the compound route, of course. I get asked a ton in my free group, which I'll link down in the description link below. There's thousands of people in that group. Super, super supportive community. But you do need to fill out all the questions to get into it, because I don't allow spammers or junk stuff. It's like only it's also my safe space too, as I'm going through my own personal journey here as well, in my 100-pound weight loss journey. So with that, going back over to the compound pharmacy, they ship it directly to you. It gets shipped directly to you. You do want to factor in for your refills time for it to be shipped to you, right? Like, it's not going to show up on your door like that hour. Like, it's going to need to get shipped to you too. So just keeping and being mindful of that as well. If you live in inclement weather, things we just had here in Virginia, a big snow and ice storm, like that, obviously for like across the board, not just for compounds, but in general for shipping things, like that is going to delay because there was ice all over our roads here in Virginia. So like, reverse engineering with your calendar. Okay, when do I need my refill? When do I need to, like, just reverse engineering all that scheduling is important. Tip number 7 is included with Join Fridays. They have really cool things that come included with your membership, which I'm obsessed with. They have video recordings with a GLP-1 dietitian. So if you don't want to like buy like, oh, what meal plan should I do? Or what food stuff should I do? They have that as a part of it. It's really, really cool. The information section that they have once you are a member is so helpful. So helpful. So, which I have personally, I've paid hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of dollars to consult with a GLP-1 dietitian. And so to be able to have that included for free, hip hip hooray! Like, it's an amazing added benefit in there too, which is really, really helpful. And I think the biggest thing for me too is, this is so new, right? Like Mounjaro and Zepbound and WEGOVY, as we continue to learn more about GLP-1s, and me having been on Mounjaro now for, gosh, almost 14 months. It's been 13 and a half months. there's been so many changes. And I love that Join Fridays is so passionate about the GLP-1 community and keeping up with those and being well versed with what's going on. And obviously I've worked with the owner significantly because for this video and just in general of how much they care. And that for me, it makes me emotional. It makes me emotional because I have been previously discarded so many times by a previous primary care doctor and other medical situations because I was morbidly obese and not taken seriously, or, oh, you don't have willpower. Well, turns out with these GLP-1s, it's not a willpower problem. It's not a willpower problem, which has been proven over and over and over again with GLP-1 medications. And so the shame that I have felt going to a primary care doctor previous to my last one, because I left this one afterwards, I cried for like 2 days straight. I'm like, I am just a fatso. Like these horrible things that the doctor had made me feel. And he's like, you just need weight loss surgery. And was not well educated, was not well versed, was like an old school fuddy-duddy who clearly like just didn't care. And with Join Fridays, it's a breath of fresh air that there is caring going on, that there is this big community, that they know what's happening with GLP-1s, that they can help with insurance. If that doesn't go through as your insurance, like, you know, some people's insurance companies we're seeing are not approving these medications, having the compound route to go, and not only the compound route to go, but reputable compound pharmacies that they work with. And that for me, trust is huge, right? Like that is huge. And the fact that people watching this video, you trust me, I take great stock in that. That to me, your trust in me, you could not pay, like that is so important to me that I have this relationship with the Countess of Shopping audience because I care about you and you care about me, and giving reliable, accurate, scientifically based things for my Mounjaro weight loss journey, your Mounjaro weight loss journey, or Zepbound, or WEGOVY, or compounds, or tirzepatide, semaglutide, whichever it is, all are welcome at the table, figuratively and literally. But having a place where I feel like they have my back, bottom line. I did not get that at a primary care doctor. The last one I had, and it was a matter of, she did actually was very knowledgeable. My old primary care doctor was incredibly knowledgeable about GLP-1s, but did not have the time to talk to me, to answer my questions. Like she was on to the next, like it was a factory essentially for cold and flu and strep throat and like basic sicknesses and things, or like doing like physical for high school physical kids, like, you know what I'm saying? Like it's not the same vibe. And I wanted not only a vibe, I wanted experts and knowledgeable folks. And that's why I love Join Friday. So use the code QUEEN, link down below. Check out my article also that I wrote about why I felt inclined to switch over to a best telehealth company, why to me that is important. It has saved me hours and hours and hours, which to me is a lot of money. Like time invested in one area is time away from another area. And so not having to, like that one at my old primary care doctor, it took me 15 hours to get the prescription refilled. Like that's ridiculous. And having to go back and forth and having to call, and like this is so straightforward, so simple, so easy. I can arm myself with going in with questions to get those answered. I mean, it is so incredibly helpful. So it's the reason why I absolutely recommend telehealth companies, is it makes a big difference. So my sweet friends, we have a little thing here at Countess of Shopping where you put an emoji down below. It's twofold. One, I will know that you've made it this far in the video, and it helps me to get to know you better. There's thousands of counts and countesses out there, but there's but only one of me, the Countess of Shopping. So our emoji today is a coffee cup. Isn't that so cute? It's a coffee cup. And then also it's twofold too, is I will pray over you. If you don't believe in prayer, I will uplift you in positive thought. We really, truly do need more positivity in this world. And so I would like to be a very, very small piece of that to help provide some positivity and or prayer for you. Go check out the article down below and my free encouragement group. And I have a Mounjaro weight loss success checklist. So once you do start your Mounjaro journey or Zepbound journey or WEGOVY journey, that checklist is super helpful, totally free on countessofshopping.com, but also in the description link below. My sweet friends, be kind to yourself, be kind to others, and make sure you click like and subscribe. I'm counting my blessings because life is delicious. I'll see you next time, friends. Have a great day. Bye, guys. Mr. Freddy sends his regards too. Bye, friends.